Attention, viewers. If you're tuning in right now, you need to sit up and listen closely. Our global food supply is teetering on the edge of a crisis that could catch us all off guard. We are facing potential food shortages, and the whispers are already echoing through the aisles of Costco. As prices climb and supplies dwindle, it's not just about savvy shopping anymore, it's about preparing for survival. The foods you choose to stockpile in the coming weeks could spell the difference between a full pantry and bare cupboards. Even more pressing, Costco's famous return policy is being strained like never before, with returns of years-old items causing potential price surges. With inflation tightening its grip and supply chains in turmoil, price hikes are unfortunately on the horizon. Don't assume you're immune to these changes. Although the shelves appear stocked today, essentials like canned goods, grains, and proteins could vanish faster than you'd expect. And once they're gone, they won't be returning anytime soon. Act now, before October arrives and intensifies these challenges. Number 15. Lentils. Often overlooked in favor of more glamorous legumes, lentils are a true powerhouse of nutrition. Not only are they packed with protein and fiber, but they bring along a wealth of vital nutrients such as iron and folate. In survival situations or during periods of food scarcity, lentils can serve as a life-saving source of energy and health. The beauty of lentils lies in their practicality. Dried lentils boast a long shelf life, making them an ideal staple for your pantry. They're incredibly easy to prepare, just boil them with water, and you've got yourself a delicious, nutrient-rich meal. Given their resilience, lentils stand strong against harsh climates more effectively than many other crops. However, don't be fooled into thinking they're immune to the effects of inflation and the ever-changing climate. Recent data reveals that lentil prices have spiked by 8% in 2024 alone. Extreme weather conditions have disrupted supply chains in key regions like Canada and the northern United States, leading to this surge in cost. As climate change continues to challenge global agriculture, lentils are no exception. These disruptions may lead to further price hikes sooner than we anticipate. Now is the perfect time to stockpile lentils before prices climb even further. Not only are you committing to a versatile and nutritious food source, but you'll also be safeguarding against future supply chain disruptions. So if you're on a mission to build a pantry that can withstand uncertainties, make sure lentils are prominently featured. Trust me, when things get tough, you'll be thankful that these little legumes are within arm's reach. Number 14. Powdered eggs. Picture this: you wake up, ready to whip up your usual breakfast, but fresh eggs are nowhere to be found. In a survival scenario, fresh eggs don't stand a chance. They're among the first items to disappear from store shelves and spoil rapidly without refrigeration. That's where powdered eggs come in. They're the unsung hero of the pantry, with a shelf life of up to a decade when stored properly. Think of all the delicious meals you could still enjoy: baking your favorite cake, cooking up a hearty omelet, or simply scrambling eggs to start the day. Now, you might be asking, why should you care about powdered eggs? Let's take a closer look at what's happening now. In 2024, we're witnessing a sharp rise in egg prices. The culprits? Avian flu outbreaks and ongoing kinks in the supply chain. According to the USDA, the cost of fresh eggs has surged by 20% this year alone and is poised to climb even higher. It doesn't stop there. Labor shortages in the agricultural sector are also contributing to these unprecedented price hikes. Imagine reaching the end of the year with this grim forecast: fresh eggs become even more elusive and exorbitantly priced. But you, wise and prepared, have already stocked up on powdered eggs thanks to brands like Augustin Farms and Ova Easy. These companies offer powdered eggs that perfectly mimic the taste and texture of the fresh ones you love when rehydrated. It's like having the power to summon eggs from your pantry whenever you want. So don't find yourself in a breakfast bind. Make sure you stockpile powdered eggs before this underestimated essential becomes as rare as its fresh counterpart. Plan ahead, because when others are struggling to adapt, you'll be rustling up meals effortlessly. In this changing economic landscape, powdered eggs are not just a backup, they're the secret weapon in maintaining your household's nutritional needs. Number 13. Jerky and dried meats, the ultimate survival snack. When you're thinking about survival foods to stockpile, jerky and dried meats should be at the top of your list. Many people overlook these protein-packed products, but they're essential for your emergency pantry. Brands like Jack Link's or Epic have mastered the art of crafting high-quality beef, turkey, and even bison jerky. If stored properly, these delicious treats can last up to 2 years, making them a perfect long-term solution for food storage. But why are dried meats so vital? It's simple, they are incredibly portable, require no refrigeration, and are densely packed with protein and nutrients that keep you energized during high-stress situations. In the current climate, you should start stockpiling jerky before it's too late. The meat industry has faced numerous disruptions over the past year, with labor strikes, disrupted supply chains, and rising raw material costs making headlines. These challenges have already led to a 12% increase in the price of dried meat products as we move into 2024. As if that wasn't enough, unpredictable weather patterns are affecting livestock feed availability, which may lead to even steeper prices and possible shortages in the near future. This isn't just about avoiding higher prices, it's about ensuring you have access to the fundamental sustenance that jerky provides during uncertain times. Don't find yourself in a position where dried meats become a rare luxury item on store shelves. Take action now. By purchasing jerky while it remains accessible and affordable, you're investing in a crucial component of your emergency food supply that can sustain you and your family through unexpected situations. So as you plan your preparedness measures, consider jerky and dried meats an indispensable part of your pantry. Trust us, you'll be sorry if you overlook them right now. Start stockpiling them today and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you're ready for whatever the future brings. Number 12, shelf-stable milk. Imagine waking up one morning, ready for your favorite cup of coffee, only to realize there's no fresh milk in the fridge. A small inconvenience, but what if this happens during a prolonged supply chain disruption? When the grid goes down or the grocery store shelves start looking emptier by the day, that's when you'll regret not having thought about stocking up on shelf-stable milk. Yes, you heard it right, shelf-stable milk. Unlike the powdered milk you may immediately think of, this is real milk, ultra-pasteurized and cleverly packaged to last months without any need for a refrigerator. Brands like Horizon Organic and Parmalat have cracked the code to give you milk that stays fresh for ages. You can pour it over your cereal, stir it into coffee, or even use it in your favorite baking recipes just like you would with fresh milk. Consider the current landscape of dairy production in the U.S., rising feed costs, labor shortages, and the relentlessly advancing impacts of climate change are taking their toll. Add to that the stark reality of 2024, seeing a 9% spike in milk prices already, and that number looks unlikely to stabilize. Droughts in key dairy-producing states like California and Wisconsin are only making matters worse, driving volatility in both cost and availability. So why wait until this essential staple becomes scarce or exorbitantly expensive? Stocking shelf-stable milk now could save you from unnecessary stress and hardship. Picture walking down the aisles, watching others scramble while you've already prepared wisely. This is more than just being practical, it's about ensuring your household is equipped for uncertainty. Don't underestimate how quickly the fresh milk supply could evaporate from your neighborhood grocery store. This is one item you should definitely be adding to your list of must-have grocery products. Trust me, when a crisis hits, you'll be truly thankful you had the foresight to secure your stash of shelf-stable milk. Number 11, cheese powder. Imagine settling in for a cozy movie night at home, popcorn in hand, but something's missing your cheesy fix. Enter the humble yet absolutely essential cheese powder. While it might not sound as tempting as a block of gourmet cheese, this unsung hero could save your culinary day when fresh cheese becomes a rare commodity. Why risk missing out on life's savory delights when you can stock up in advance? Think of cheese powder as the Swiss Army knife of flavor enhancers. Major brands like Hoosier Hill Farm and Anthony's Goods offer high-quality versions that pack the authentic taste of cheese in an easily storable form. With the versatility to be sprinkled on pasta, stirred into sauces, or scattered over snacks like popcorn, cheese powder can transform even the simplest dish into a cheesy masterpiece. And get this, it has an astonishing shelf life of up to 10 years. Imagine all the hearty, cheesy meals that could come from this single, space-saving product. Not to mention, it's a powerhouse of protein and fat, putting substantial nutrition into every tangy spoonful. Why rely on the mercy of fluctuating markets when you can plan ahead? The cheese industry, like much of agriculture, is facing tumultuous times. Rising feed costs, labor shortages, and unpredictable weather patterns are creating a perfect storm of challenges. Coupled with an 8% rise in cheese prices in 2024, it's clear that a block of your favorite cheddar or mozzarella might soon become a luxury. As conditions continue to tighten, grabbing a dependable cheese product off your grocery store shelf might not be as straightforward as it used to be. By adding cheese powder to your emergency stockpile, you're not just securing a food item, you're safeguarding the comfort and satisfaction of cheesy goodness. When fresh cheese becomes elusive, knowing you have this backup means you won't be yearning for the flavors and nutrients that cheese provides. Number 10. Whey protein powder. Are you ready for the unexpected? As uncertainties rock the globe, one thing you won't regret is having whey protein powder in your arsenal. Imagine a crisis where protein-rich foods become as scarce as hen's teeth. What would you do? This is where whey protein steps in as your nutritional knight in shining armor. Whey protein powder is practically a survival superstar. Its longevity is legendary, ready to sit patiently in your pantry, waiting for when you need it most. Just think, this compact powder powerhouse not only saves space, but it also weaves seamlessly into your mealtime routines. Mix it up in a protein shake, fortify your morning smoothie, or even revolutionize your baking with a dash of extra protein. Brands like Optimum Nutrition and Muscle Farm are setting the standard, offering products that boast durability and quality. Stored correctly in a cool, dry place, these proteins promise to be your reliable partners for years to come. Now, why is this top of the must-stockpile list? The math is simple. With the rising costs of meat and dairy, achieving your protein fix is hitting wallets harder than ever. Dairy-derived whey protein saw an 8% price soar in 2024, and this is only projected to climb as dairy supplies tighten worldwide. The last thing you want? Being caught in the scramble for either overpriced or insufficient protein sources. Don't let that be your story. Preemptively stocking up on whey protein powder is no longer just a choice, it's strategic planning. Before those prices ascend the ladder or supplies disappear from shelves, make sure you're covered. Number 9. Canned sardines and olive oil. These small, unassuming cans are often overlooked in the survivalist's pantry, but believe me, they are a powerhouse of nutrition and convenience that you can't afford to ignore. For starters, canned sardines are brimming with high-quality protein, ideal for muscle repair and to keep you fueled in tough situations. They're rich in omega-3 fatty acids, crucial for heart health and brain function, particularly when stress levels are high. And don't forget the calcium and essential vitamins like D and B12, nutrients that sustain energy levels and strengthen your immune system. When you pick brands like King Oscar or Wild Planet, you're not just getting these nutrients, you're also getting the added benefit of olive oil. It's not just about keeping the fish moist and flavorful. Olive oil extends the shelf life, ensuring these cans remain a reliable food source over the long haul. Plus, the healthy fats this oil provides are vital, especially when you're in a survival situation where calories and fats are increasingly scarce and precious. But why is this so critical now? Well, the fishing industry is currently grappling with challenges such as overfishing, climate change repercussions, and soaring fuel costs, leading to a 7% dip in global fish stocks. This pressing issue has already driven sardine prices up by 5% in 2024 alone, with further hikes expected as these problems persist. Therefore, stockpiling canned sardines and olive oil isn't just a smart choice, it's a necessary one. They're a versatile addition to any meal plan, whether you're eating them straight from the can, tossing them into a salad, or mixing them with pasta for a nutritionally dense meal. By securing these nutrient-packed cans now, you prepare yourself for the future when fresh fish might either be unavailable or come at exorbitant prices. Number 8. Canned pumpkin. Trust me, this isn't just some overlooked item on your grocery list, it's a nutritional powerhouse you absolutely need to stock up on. Canned pumpkin is a pantry gem loaded with fiber and vitamin A, plus a bounty of essential nutrients that bolster your immune system and keep your gut happy and healthy. Especially during times of stress or when you're running low on balanced meals, having canned pumpkin on hand can be a real game changer. And here's the kicker: unlike its fresh counterpart that spoils in the blink of an eye, canned pumpkin offers an impressive shelf life when stored correctly. Why should this be on your radar right now? We're seeing some serious challenges in U.S. pumpkin production, thanks to extreme weather patterns wreaking havoc on our crops. Illinois, responsible for nearly 90% of the nation's canned pumpkin supply, was hit hard in 2024 by a series of droughts and floods. These disruptions caused a significant 12% decrease in pumpkin yields, leading to shortages that have ripple effects across grocery aisles nationwide. Picture this: it's the middle of a crisis, you're trying to whip up a nutritious meal, but your pantry is empty of this versatile and nutrient-dense food. Don't let this happen. Brands like Libby's rule the roost with their reputation for longevity and quality, making their canned pumpkin a savvy and strategic choice for anyone looking to keep a well-stocked pantry. Using canned pumpkin doesn't just mean having a backup for making pies, think savory soups, hearty stews, or even as a delicious addition to your baking endeavors. Number 7. Canned coconut milk. It might not be the first item that comes to mind during your grocery run, but trust me, in a survival situation, this creamy delight is an absolute game changer. Why does it deserve a spot in your pantry? Well, it's not just about the taste, though. Its rich, velvety texture can elevate your rice dishes, lend depth to soups, and transform those simple curries into exotic feasts. It's also the powerhouse of healthy fats and essential calories to keep you fueled when you need it the most. Now let's talk brands. If you want the best canned coconut milk, think Thai Kitchen or Native Forest. These trusted names offer organic options that stay fresh for years on your shelf when stored properly. But here's the kicker: coconut milk is on the brink of becoming a rarity. Wonder why? Blame climate change. The global supply chain struggles as extreme weather wreaks havoc on Southeast Asia, the heartland of coconut production. This chaos has already caused a significant dip in coconut yield, with prices shooting up by 15% this year alone. And folks, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Industry experts are sounding the alarm that more shortages are looming on the horizon. Imagine reaching for that can of coconut milk when fresh dairy is out of reach, only to discover the cupboard is bare. Without this crucial ingredient, you could be left to face bland, calorie-deficient meals, lacking the nourishing goodness you rely on. So what can you do to avoid this culinary catastrophe? Start stockpiling now. By ensuring you have a stash of canned coconut milk, you'll be ready for anything, from flavor-enhancing your meals to sustaining energy levels for the days ahead. Don't wait until it's too late. Get ahead of the game and secure your supply while you still can. Number 6. Canned meats. Picture this: a crisis hits, and suddenly, fresh meat becomes a rare luxury. What do? Panic. Or are you prepared because you've already stocked your pantry with canned meats? This might sound like a plot twist you'd encounter in a post-apocalyptic movie, but in reality, it's something worth planning for right now. We often overlook this crucial item when prepping for the unexpected, but trust me, canned meats can be your culinary lifesaver. Okay, now let's get something straight when we talk about canned meats. We're not just limited to those mystery meats that come in a tin. While Spam certainly has its place in emergency food kits, think beyond the standard choices. Imagine opening your well-prepped pantry to find a variety of canned delights: tender chicken, hearty beef, flavorful turkey, and even some tuna or salmon to change things up. Brands like Keystone and Mountain House have been delivering top-tier canned meats that aren't just practical but offer amazing versatility for countless recipes. Why the rush, though? The simple answer is meat production is facing a genuine crisis. The U.S. has been hit hard by soaring feed costs, a widespread shortage of labor, and supply chain disruptions. In 2024, this perfect storm of challenges has led to a significant 10% reduction in meat production. The impact: a hike in meat prices by an astonishing 15% so far, with a predicted uphill trajectory as we approach the year's end. Consider this your wake-up call. Assuming you'll always have steady access to fresh meat is a risky wager. If a wave of shortages sweeps across grocery stores, you'll be staring at empty shelves or facing prices high enough to make your wallet burst into tears. This isn't alarmist rhetoric, it's about practical preparation. The time to stock up on canned meats is now. So before it's too late, get proactive about securing your food supply. With the right stockpile of canned meats, you won't just be surviving during hard times, you'll be thriving. Hopefully, by understanding the urgency, you'll find yourself ahead of the curve rather than left behind in line, regretting missed opportunities. Number 5. Freeze-dried meat. Imagine this: an emergency strikes, and while others are scrambling for perishables, you're securely holding valuable freeze-dried chicken, beef, and pork, which radiate potential deliciousness and nutritional power. Unlike their canned or dried counterparts, freeze-dried meats are celebrated for retaining almost every ounce of their original nutrient profile. This makes them an optimal choice for long-lasting protein solutions, extending their lifespan to an impressive 25 years when stored properly. Why exactly should freeze-dried meat be on top of your preparedness list now more than ever? For starters, let's talk economics and demand. The cost of freeze-dried products, including meats, has gradually escalated, predicting a notable 10% hike just from 2024, a figure that's hard to ignore. This surge stems from increased demand, not only from dedicated preppers like you, but also from everyday shoppers who are growing increasingly mindful about supply chain hiccups and food security issues. The infrastructure involved, from raw material sourcing to complex logistical gymnastics in transportation, also plays a significant role in pushing prices upwards. It's a storm brewing, the perfect scenario for these commodities to become unaffordable, or even scarce, threatening your readiness. By choosing to integrate freeze-dried meat into your emergency reserves, you're not just adding a nice-to-have item, you're securing a lifeline that could preserve your well-being in a crisis. It's easy to store and incredibly simple to rehydrate, making it an undeniable staple. As a prudent individual committed to sustaining a nutritious diet come what may, overlooking the purchase of freeze-dried meat could result in regretful situation down the line. Number 4. Canned evaporated milk. In today's volatile world of grocery shopping, evaporated milk might just be the unsung hero you weren't expecting. With many of us focusing on stocking up essentials, canned evaporated milk is often overlooked, yet it's a crucial addition to your survival pantry. This versatile product has most of its water removed, enhancing its shelf life significantly while preserving all its essential nutrients. Imagine opening a can to reveal a nutrient powerhouse rich in calcium, protein, and indispensable fats that can be your go-to ingredient as fresh milk becomes a luxury. You can effortlessly transform evaporated milk into a drink by adding water. But its culinary magic doesn't stop there. It's a favorite for bakers and chefs alike, serving as a creamy substitute in recipes or lending richness to soups and sauces. Renowned brands like Carnation and Borden offer evaporated milk that retains quality over the years, making it a worthy investment in challenging times. Here's the stark reality: with economic pressures crippling the agriculture sector, the dairy market is experiencing unpredictable spikes. In 2024, canned dairy products have already faced a price surge of 10%, and the first waves of shortages are spreading across supermarket aisles. Delaying the decision to stock up might leave you shelling out extra dollars or worse, facing empty shelves where these valuable cans used to be. Don't be fooled into thinking that fresh dairy will always be available to meet your needs. When circumstances get tough and supplies dwindle, you'll be glad you thought ahead. Seize this opportunity to secure evaporated milk as a reliable source of nutrition for future uncertainties. It's not just about surviving, but ensuring you thrive when options are limited. Number 3. Nut butters: almond, peanut, cashew. Let's talk about something that seems small but packs a punch: nut butters. Yes, whether you're into peanut, almond, or cashew butter, these delectable spreads are a powerhouse of essential nutrients and a cornerstone for any well-prepared kitchen pantry. Beyond just being tasty, nut butters are loaded with protein, healthy fats, and vital nutrients like magnesium, iron, and vitamin E, making them an ideal choice to fuel your body, especially when regular food supply chains become unpredictable. Now, imagine reaching for a jar of almond butter that's been patiently waiting in your pantry rather than empty supermarket shelves. Nut butters are incredibly calorie-dense, which means just a little goes a long way, providing you with the energy boost you need when you're running low on options. They're perfect for spreading on bread, mixing into smoothies, or just spooning straight from the jar when you need a quick snack. Plus, proper storage means they'll last for a good long time. We're talking months, even years. But here's something you may not have considered: climate change is taking a toll on nut production. In 2024, we've watched peanut and almond crops seriously struggle, with droughts battering the usual growing strongholds like California and Georgia. This climate chaos has nudged nut prices upward by a noticeable 15%, and experts predict this could just be the start. Prices will keep climbing, and availability will become more inconsistent as production challenges persist. Top brands like Justin's, Jif, or Kirkland's Signature offer premium nut butters that not only taste great but also have a long storage life, making them a key ingredient for your survival stash. These are the nut butters you'll wish you had stockpiled when the going gets tough. So if you haven't filled your shelves with these vital, versatile jars yet, you'll want to fix that before they become a luxury item. Number 2. Dried seaweed. Now, before you raise an eyebrow, let me tell you why this oceanic gem deserves a spot in your pantry. First up, dried seaweed might not scream essential, but it's one of those under-the-radar items with immense potential. Packed with a powerhouse of nutrients, seaweed is a titan for supporting your health. It's rich in iodine, crucial for maintaining a healthy thyroid, and it's loaded with vitamins A, C, E, and K. Talk about a multivitamin straight from the sea. Don't forget those omega-3 fatty acids, the good fats our brains and hearts just love. But wait, there's more. Seaweed is an excellent protein source that can sneak into various dishes to boost your meals. Imagine throwing it into a soup or crumbling it over salads. Delicious. Plus, it can help regulate blood sugar levels, giving you a nutritional edge, especially when fresh veggies aren't readily available. Now, let's chat about why timing is everything. As you may know, the global seaweed market is feeling the heat from rising ocean temperatures and pollution. With a significant 10% dip in seaweed harvest this year in major producers like South Korea and Japan, prices are inching up. That's a red flag for scarcity, folks. Imagine reaching for seaweed snacks from brands like Annie Chun's or Gimme Organic, only to find the shelves bare because the tidal waves of demand have swept them clean. Not to mention, these tasty, lightweight snacks are shelf-stable for months, making them perfect for when you need emergency nourishment that won't weigh you down. Trust us, this is one sustainable, nutrient-dense treasure you'll want in your arsenal if fresh veggies become a luxury. Number 1. Ghee. You might be familiar with canned butter, a long-time favorite for those who love convenience and a long shelf life. However, ghee deserves its own spotlight in your stockpile strategy. Made by simmering butter to remove water content and milk solids, ghee becomes shelf-stable and can last up to a year or even longer if stored properly in a cool, dark place. Its versatile nature makes it ideal for everything from frying eggs to baking scrumptious cookies, thanks to its high smoke point. Say goodbye to burnt butter and hello to perfectly crisp culinary creations. In the wake of tumultuous changes shaking the dairy industry, butter shortages have emerged as a surprisingly real challenge in 2024. Labor shortages, increased costs of feed, and disruptions to the environment have sent prices of dairy fats skyrocketing, climbing a staggering 12% this year alone. The result? Supplies are dwindling and ghee is not impervious to these spikes. But here's the silver lining: ghee is packed with essential fats that your body craves, especially in survival scenarios. Imagine needing that extra burst of energy to get through your day, and ghee fulfilling that need with ease. Premium brands like Ancient Organics and Pure Indian Foods make high-quality ghee that's particularly suited for long-term storage. These aren't your run-of-the-mill ghee options, but products rich in flavor, aroma, and beneficial nutrients. So before you find yourself staring at barren shelves, make sure you've secured this golden goodness. By stacking up on ghee now, you're not just planning meals, but investing in a resource that could significantly enhance your well-being during times of scarcity. Prepare yourself for peace of mind and culinary delight by prioritizing ghee in your stockpile. Dive into the world of ghee, and you'll discover its potential to transform ordinary dishes into mouth-watering experiences. Whether you're a prepper or just someone who loves delicious food, you're sure to appreciate having ghee on hand when times get tough. In conclusion, ensuring that you have a well-stocked pantry before October could be the wisest decision you make this year. The unpredictability of current supply chains and market trends highlights the importance of being prepared. By stockpiling essential grocery products, such as nutrient-dense ghee, you not only safeguard against potential shortages, but also invest in maintaining a wholesome diet and peace of mind during uncertain times. These strategic decisions could make all the difference in comfort and convenience, transforming potential crises into manageable scenarios. As the adage goes, better safe than sorry. So take the step now to secure the groceries that will sustain and delight you through whatever challenges lie ahead.